Put on you so cold, man.
It's the finest thing walking.
Finest thing walking. Let me tap my boy in it.
Yo, what up to the Creed, man? What up to the Creed, man? Hey, I'm finna put something on you so cold, man. I had to come back to you with another one, man. I gotta talk about these gurus, fam. All these gurus on YouTube, all these dudes that claim they got something to teach you, man, it's cap. It's all cap. I don't care what they talking about, bro. If your guru can't show you more than 100K, if he can't show you that he got 100K or more than likely your guru ain't talking about nothing. I'm trying to tell you, all these guys on here talking about they could teach you something, teach you how to make money, or show you how to do this, or show you how to do that. I'm trying to tell you, most of these dudes, they getting most of the money they have off teaching it and not actually doing what they teaching, bro. Like, trust me, that's how this game go on this YouTube stuff. And a lot of people just hearing somebody else talk about it and then they running with it and then trying to push it on the people acting like they know it all, you feel me? And that's what's going on, fam. So like I said, if your guru can't even show you 100K, you probably shouldn't even be following them, you feel me? Because you can learn something from anybody. I know that. I know that for a fact. You can learn something from anybody. You can learn something from the troublemaker. You can learn something from the jailbird that just got out of prison. You can learn something from the homeless dude. You can learn something from everybody. Real talk. It don't matter what walk of life they come from. But you gotta watch who you take advice from. You can't take advice from everybody though. You should only be taking advice from people who are in a position that you want to be in. You should only take advice from people who's already doing what you want to do, you feel me? Cause that's just smart. That's just common sense. That's not even some high intelligence. That's just common sense. I'm not finna really follow your advice if you're not in the position that I want to be in. Cause you can't tell me how to get there. Real talk. So hold on. Just so they can be like, oh, matter of fact, I already showed 100K on YouTube. Go back in my videos. I counted up 100K, all 100 in a money counter. I done showed all type of money on here. Anytime, y'all know I could pull out hella stacks, you feel me? But I'm finna log into my Chase, right? Hold on. Showing y'all this the Chase app. Chase Bank, you feel me? Chase Bank. I just logged into my Chase. Check this out. Let me cover up some of my sensitive info. When I say good afternoon, they got the date, August 15th, 2023 right there. That's my son's little bank account. He got his own little debit card. But look, come on, man. Come on, man. Matter of fact, I should have switched the camera for y'all, make it easier. So there you go. You got the August 15th, 2023 right there. Bank accounts. Yeah, that's my son's little debit card account he got right there. But come on, man. This just one trust account. You feel me? This just one trust account. You seen the date on there. It had the date right at the top. Hold on. Just in case y'all ain't see that, I'll run it back. August 15, 2023, I'm in the Chase Bank app. I'm in the Chase Bank app, you feel me? That's just one trust account. That's not counting my other accounts with other banks that I got, my other trust accounts that I got. That's not counting my cash, that's not counting my investments, that's not counting none of that, bro. Like, it's so much of this out here for everybody to get, you feel me? I didn't flash 100,000 and all hundreds. Y'all know I could come like that anytime. I could pull out some racks. I'll go get some racks right now and get to flashing them, but I already did all that. Y'all already know how I'm coming. But it's just like, man, you gotta make sure these people out here showing and proving. A lot of people just talking, but have y'all seen any proof of whatever they say work? You feel me? If there's no proof of what they saying is working, then you should be very cautious when following these things that they talking about. There's a lot of people on here talking, but there's no results. I come with results, real talk. Like, I know for a fact my trust and all my stuff work. So when y'all talk about my trust, when y'all talk about setting up a church and corporation, a tax exempt corporation and all that stuff. I didn't did all that stuff. That's what I do for like a career. Like a lot of that money that y'all just seen actually came from managing people's trust. That's why I haven't really released the trust out to all you, no disrespect, but to all you little guys, all you guys out there, you know, trying to get to it. I've been really messing with the big dogs, the big fish. Real talk. I ain't even gonna cap. But that's just smart for me to do. I had to get them out the way. I got to put them first because they the ones that's lining my pockets. Real talk. So when I'm flying out to New York, or when I'm flying out to Florida, flying out to LA, or going to these different spots to pull up on these wealthy people, which really it'd be a lot in LA. A lot of my customers come from LA. When I got to go manage a trust or show them how to set up a church and a corporation and all that, and I manage it for them for a year. I'll manage it for you for up to a year because now I got too many people. I can't go past a year now. So I used to let them use like one of my addresses as like their register agent address, and they could like send all their mail there, and I will handle all their bull crap they got going on, all their little legal stuff popping up. I try to take care of that, but right now I got too much on my plate, so I can't even really do that no more. But these people was really lining my pockets because I was really teaching them how to protect their assets. All these other people out here can't show y'all that. I'm showing them how to really protect their assets, so they didn't mind paying me a whole bunch of money to save a lot more money. Real talk. And that's what the trust is going to do for you. The trust and the tax exempt corporations, and that's the main benefit to that is asset protection. Real talk. So if you got a lot of assets, you got cars, you got houses, you got money that you want to keep, that you don't want to own, right? You rather just give it to the church. Then that's why we doing what we doing, because we don't want to own none. We want to give everything to the Lord. You feel me? Real talk. And that's how you got to move. But it's also a bigger layer of protection behind that. You feel me? When you got these churches connected with these trusts that own these tax exempt corporations, you have a powerful force to be reckoned with. You gotta recognize this. You gotta understand this. You are a powerful force to be reckoned with. Because look, when if we all gotta trust together, right? When we come up with the terms of our trust, the bylaws or the contracts or whatever the case, so we coming up with a contract, and we like, look, we all have to be in a meeting. Either we all gotta show up here for a meeting, a trust meeting, or we all gotta get on a video call, right? Which will probably be more common in the nowadays, to do meetings through a video call, because why meet up if we could just say what we need to say through here, right? So say we agreed to have meetings, right? And we're gonna do it by video call. And on these meetings, everybody needs to show up. Or if you the head trustee or you the chief trustee or whatever the case is, it's imperative that you show up because everything's on your shoulders, you feel me? So say you and your trustees, or you and your fellow people in your corporation or of your church or whatever the case is, all agree that if you don't show up to this meeting, right, then you owe $5,000 or you owe $10,000, and every day you don't pay it, it goes up by another $1,000, or every month you don't pay it, it goes up by another $10,000 or $25,000, right? So now look, now you got another protection, because there's a lot of people out here, right? They're getting sick of the police breaking laws, violating the Constitution, violating people's constitutional rights. So a lot of people are starting to get fed up with that, and they're starting to file federal lawsuits or whatever the case on the local police. So guess what? Say a local law enforcement unlawfully detains me, violates my Fourth Amendment right? And I'm on my way to one of these meetings, or I'm on my way to conduct business or conduct something with one of my fellow trustees or one of my fellow corporation members or one of my fellow directors, right? And now I can't show up because you just unlawfully detained me, so I was late. So now I owe that fine that we agreed to in contract of $5,000, right? And I don't have that $5,000 to pay today. So now every day it goes up by $1,000, and I don't got that money to pay that neither. So now I owe these people, I owe this trust, I owe this corporation, even though I'm part of this corporation, but this is what we agreed to in contract. I owe this trust or corporation like $200,000 because of what y'all did to me. And since I owe them and I'm now suing you, I need you to compensate me for that, right? And A lot of people might be like, well, that's not really a fair contract. It don't matter. I signed it. This is what we agreed to, and nobody can interfere with a contract. Contract law is higher than the Constitution. Contract law is the only thing that's higher than constitutional law, because when it comes down to a contract, your constitutional rights go out the window, which is why a lot of people's rights and freedoms in America, a lot of freedoms have gone out the window because we're contracting with the state in a lot of ways. You feel me? So when it comes down to contract law, nobody can interfere with that. So if I had a contract with this trust to conduct this meeting, and I was held up by law enforcement unlawfully detaining me, and now I owe this trust $300,000, I owe this trust $300,000. That's just what it is. I signed this contract, and this is what we agreed on in this trust. My other members of the trust signed the contract too, and we are all agreement that if I didn't show up to these meetings on time, then I will be fine. And that's just what it is. You can't say, oh, well, that's kind of not a fair contract. Well, child support's not a fair contract either. And the state putting people on child support every day. It's not a fair contract. It's so many contracts it's not fair. What about all these rappers out here? All these rappers and celebrities that's locked into bad contracts, and they can't do nothing but honor that contract, because a contract is a contract. So what if the record label screwed you over and you're going to be in debt for the rest of your life? So what? You signed a contract. You were old enough, you were 18 or older, you had the power to make that decision, and you went with it. You signed it. You signed on the dotted line. That's what they say. You feel me? So yeah, you got to really be smart about what you do and how you move out here. That's why we got to be organized. That's why you got to find people that's willing to be in your contract with you, because you also got to understand at the same time, you can't sign an invoice to you can sign an invoice to yourself, because you would be signing the invoice as the trustee to you yourself, your personal self, the private personal self, right? But that's gonna look kind of weird in court. So if you was in court and say you had a contract with your trustees, because these meetings are important in our trust, these meetings are important in our church and in our religion, right? Y'all can't tell us how important this stuff is to our religion. And religious freedoms and religious rights in America are very powerful, unlike any other in the world, you feel me? And the government really don't want to impede on nobody's religious freedoms. So where's I going with this? See, man, I'm saying too much at one time. I done lost where I was going with this. So look, they can't talk about how it's an unfair or unconscionable contract, because this is how serious we take this. And that's why you need somebody else in your stuff, because if somebody else is part of your religious organization with you, or your faith-based organization, or your church, or your trust, or your corporation with you, then they can be the ones to sign the invoice to you telling you that you owe this amount of money. Look, you was late to this meeting, that's $5,000. Every month that you didn't pay that $5,000, you got fined an extra $20,000, $25,000. You owe the trust this much. This is your invoice. $250,000, $300,000. This is your invoice signed by another member of the trust. So it's not you signing the invoice to yourself. It's another member of the trust signing that invoice to you, because you owe that. You owe that much. So now when you go to court, because these people held you up from getting to this meeting, you will be able to show, like, look, I need some compensation for this because I owe this trust or this corporation this, you feel me? And you don't want to be left with the bill, right? Why would you want to be left with the bill? Why would you want to be left hanging with this big invoice when it wasn't even your fault that law enforcement unlawfully detained you, right? Because you exercise your First Amendment right to petition and redress your grievances. So you might have threw the middle finger up at him or something, you feel me? But that's your First Amendment right to do that. He had no right to come stop you and hold you up from doing it. He had no right to demand ID from you, and then when you didn't give it to him because you didn't commit any crime, he puts you in handcuffs and arrests you and false arrests you and takes you to jail, whatever the case is. You didn't know all that was going to happen, right? So that's why you got to be ready. You got to be prepared for these things, man. I'm going to be breaking it down to you on the live, exactly how this trust, exactly how the church and the corporation works. And I'm going to show you how it's backed by law. It's backed by law. This ain't no funny stuff. This ain't no scam stuff. This ain't none of that. This is real stuff backed by law. You don't got to file taxes. If you work as an employee for a job and you're a W-2 employee, you get W-2s, then yes, you have to file taxes on them W-2s. But if you got anything outside of that, anything independent contractor related, EIN related, or self-proprietor related, or whatever the case is, fam, you can, instead of taking an income or a wage from anybody or taking a payment from anybody, you could just ask them to make a donation to your church. Once they make a donation to your church, now you're happy enough to go ahead and volunteer and do whatever you wanted to do for them for free, because you just donated to the church I'm a member of, and that just made me so happy. And God told me I should go ahead and do this for you for free because you made a good donation to the church, right? So can't nobody tell you can't do anything for free. Can't nobody tell you can't volunteer and it can't do volunteer work. Everybody has the right to do volunteer work. Everybody has the right to work for free. You don't have to take a payment, right? So if y'all want to make a donation to my church, that would be great, right? And another thing, I'm gonna have something coming up because a lot of y'all already part of the creed, right? But I need y'all official members of my church, the creed, right? I need y'all official member of my churches. So I'm gonna probably come out with a little form or something y'all can fill out, put y'all name, put y'all YouTube name on it, and y'all could be an official member of my church. Let's get it. I need more members. Hey, every time y'all come hop on this church right now, right? This part of my church, this part of my religion, this is what I do. I put y'all on game. A lot of people see me as a leader. I'm the priest around here. I'm the prophet, right? I also come with that spirit, that high spiritual information. You feel me? You already know what it is, man. Shout out to all the real Jews out there, man. But yeah, man. We gonna break that down though. I'm gonna show y'all how everything I'm saying about this church stuff is real. But y'all want to get your own churches formed too. Don't just join mine or just be a member of mine. Get your own church. Come up with your own creed. Come up with your own literature. You know, can't nobody tell you can't come up with your own religion. And it don't gotta be your own religion. It could be a religion that you already follow, but now you adding your spin to it because you might not believe in everything that your religion believe in. You might not follow everything that your religion follow. So you like, man, I believe this from it, but I feel like I don't want to take this from it. I don't believe this about it. So now you coming up with your own type of faith, right? You coming up with your own religious ideas, and now you can form your own religious organization that takes a lot of stuff from what you previously believed in, what you previously followed, but it leaves out all the stuff that you didn't follow, right? And now you can form your own creed, right? And can't nobody tell you can't do that. Everybody in the country of America, if you're in the United States of America, you have religious freedom to do so, right? And can't nobody tell you what your religion is. Can't nobody tell you what to believe in, bro. But I would advise, though, that you get on this now. Don't waste no time, man. Real talk, man. Don't waste no time at all. And you can make all this happen with just the church and the trust. Just the church and the trust, you can make all this happen. But I like that extra form, that extra level of protection. I add the corporation into it as well, the nonprofit corporation that will then be owned by the trust. Because when you got that nonprofit corporation, because you want to leave your trust totally private. You don't want to bring your trust to the public at all. Which you can file for like a 501c3 tax exemption on your trust, and you can get that. But you want to leave your trust private. You don't need that because you'll be under the 508c1a tax exemption already. And you don't have to file at all with that. You don't even have to ask for tax exemption once you're under that 508c1a. But for the 501c3, maybe you want that official tax exemption recognition from the IRS, you know, because then you can go turn that in and get a state tax exemption as well. And every store you go to now, you getting stuff tax exempt. You got the tax exempt card. So that's what you need the corporation for, to operate in the public, and you're gonna leave your trust in the private, right? You want to keep that separate from everything. You don't want the trust to even really operate in the public at all, right? So we're going to break more of that down. I just had to come to y'all right now to warn y'all about who y'all following. A lot of people out here is just talking a whole bunch of smoke that's going to go up in the air and it ain't going to mean nothing, you feel me? You got to really watch who you following out here, fam, and make sure they showing and proving what they talking about, you feel me? Shout out to all my people out there. Shout out to the Creed, man. And I'm going to get back at y'all soon, man. A lot of people been like, man, come back to the tube. What is you doing? Where's you at, bro? Like, we miss you, bro. We need to hear that stuff you be talking. Man, I've been taking care of a whole bunch of stuff in the background. Like I said, I've been managing a whole bunch of people's trust. I've been dealing with federal lawsuits. It's just been a lot, bro, a lot. But life been exciting, no doubt. And I can't wait to see what's in store, man. Let's get it.